fuck am I doing? I'm from New York. I don't know the fuck the way these fucking the webinars. I don't know shit.
I hope you expect no new followers from this whatsoever.
That's all right. I'm giving up.
All right, so to start, state your name, something about you, could be anything, hobby, job, whatever the fuck you want to say, and then why you think I'm better than you.
Okay, my name is Brian Alan Ellis. I'm an author, and Michael Seymour Blake is better than me because he has better hair than me, and I'm jealous of his hair.
Yeah, I'll accept that.
You're like a fucking Eraserhead meets Martin Scorsese.
Yeah, I mean, my hair's always wanted to go up my whole life, and a couple of years ago, I was like, I always tried to get it down. I put all product in it. I wanted it to be down, and one day I was like, just do whatever.
About as high as my hair goes.
Yeah. I don't know. I just let it. It's its own thing now.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a public freak out?
Yeah, I always freak out at work.
Can you tell me about like a real intense one?
I had a bad one a couple of weeks ago where I got reprimanded. My boss threatened to take me off of weekends.
Okay, what happened?
But I just had annoying tables. Like we don't seat parties over 10 because of like we used to seat like maybe 20 at a time, but like because of the pandemic we kind of like scaling back on that. So sometimes we have to break the parties in two, but that doesn't stop them from getting up and going to each table.
Right.
So it gets annoying and disorienting, and I lose my cool. So I go in the back and I start punching shit, and yelling and screaming.
Someone heard you?
Everyone heard me.
Oh, in the restaurant?
Well, we only do outdoor seating, so.
Oh, okay.
But I have had freakouts where I've like slammed doors open while we had a full restaurant and stuff. It's bad. I'm working on it.
One time I walked into, I had to pee so bad. It was beyond the point of emergency. And I walked into a restaurant. I'm typically pretty, I mean, I could be like erratic and weird, but as far as being polite, I'm usually nice and polite to people. But that day I had to pee so fucking bad. And I walked into this place and I asked if I could use the bathroom. And immediately the owner started yelling at me because I guess a few other people had recently asked if they could and they weren't customers.
What's up with this fucking bathroom business, huh?
So instead of just saying like, I got a few of these today, sorry, we don't do this, he immediately went from 1 to 10 and he's like, another one with these. What is with the bed? And he started yelling, and the bathroom. So bad. I took a chair and I slammed it down, and everyone stopped eating. And I can't remember exactly what I said, but I was like,
no, not anyone clap? Because
no, everyone just stopped what they're doing and watched me, because when I slammed the chair down and I was like, I've never fucking seen you before. I'm just asking if I use the goddamn bathroom. And there's like kids everywhere. I'm like, this is fucking ridiculous. It was pretty embarrassing.
Yeah, wasn't like Chelsea mortified?
She walked out the second that the chair hit the floor. She left immediately. Yep, that was it. It was just me screaming like a lunatic.
I was playing a show one time in Tallahassee, and the sound guy kept like interrupting the set because I was kind of swinging the mic around, kind of doing my thing.
Yeah.
And he was like, he's in the middle of a song, he'd put on his microphone and be like, don't do that. And he kept doing it. And I'm like, what? I'm not doing anything. From the stage while we're playing a show. Finally, I got fucking pissed off and I just started knocking his gear over, like his amps. I kicked over his whole amps.
Did you really not know what he was talking about, or you're just being like?
I was just doing my act. I wasn't doing anything.
So you didn't put it together in your head, like you're like.
Yeah, I wasn't being like rough with anything. I was just kind of swinging around a little bit, doing my thing.
Right.
And after the set, I felt bad, and I came up while he was picking his. I was helping him pick his gear back up. And he's like, get off my stage. and during the set, I had like twisted my ankle because I like tripped over the drum riser.
Yeah.
So I'm limping around, and I got so fucking mad that I'm like, fuck this place. I'm going to go fucking trash the bathroom. So I limped to the bathroom and I go into the bathroom, and the fucking bathroom's already trashed.
Well, yeah, of course.
There's nothing I could have done to this fucking bathroom to like make it any worse than it already was. So like,
you
I just
had all the anger.
So I was like, fuck.
By the way, saying get off my stage must be one of the best feelings ever. I want to say that to somebody. Get off my stage.
He was so calm about it too. He's like, he wasn't even looking at me, like wrapping his gear up. He's like, get off my stage.
I love this guy. Sorry. This guy's amazing.
No, I was so
mad.
Get
off my stage.
That was awful night.
I just want a shirt that says that. Get off my
stage. Get off my stage. Get off my stage.
Do you have any phobias? Now keep in mind, phobias, not I'm afraid of this, but like flat out phobias.
I don't know.
That's enough.
Like I'm not like I don't like flying, but like I still do it.
Right. So it's not like a phobia. You're kind of scared of it, but whatever.
Yeah. And I don't like heights, but
okay.
I climbed structures on mushrooms before, not even thinking about it. So it all depends.
The structures were on top of mushrooms. That's what you mean, right? Like big ass mushrooms and then structures on top.
Yeah, like Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah, okay. Do you currently now, or have you ever had an infestation of any kind?
My ex in Tallahassee, we had bedbugs.
Okay, second person who's had bedbugs that I've talked to so far.
Yeah,
they're fucking terrible, right?
I mean, I'm surprised you haven't had them since New York's really bad with it, huh?
Yeah, no, I've had horrible cockroach infestation, lice infestation.
That's pretty common.
Never bedbugs though. They freak me out. How long did it take to get rid of them?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't remember. It was like they had to come and like they came a week, 1 week, and then they'd come back, and it was just like, and we pretty much just like washed all our clothes and put it in a dryer and try to burn everything out. I don't know. It was I was just trying to get through it. It was my girlfriend at the time was more freaked out about it than I was.
Oh, I would be obsessed if I.
I was like, oh, this sucks, but I mean, whatever. They can just suck my blood. I don't give a fuck. Am I gonna? You know what I mean? I was more like chill about it.
That's another good shirt. They could just suck my blood.
You don't even see them. They're just there, and you wake up with bites on you.
Right. I mean, you guys see them.
I think a roach infestation would be worse because you can.
Oh, it's terrible. It's fucking terrible.
Again, your food and shit.
Oh, on your toothbrush. It's awful.
Where you are the food for the bed bugs and like.
Yeah. Well, at least you're I don't know, providing nourishment. With cockroaches, you're just kind of like annoyance that's there.
Fucking all your shit up. I hate it. Especially like the little German ones that like pretty much everywhere I've lived in Gainesville so far has had those. It's annoying.
What's the first horror movie you ever remember watching?
Nightmare on Elm Street. I remember.
Really? First one?
Pretty vivid memory of watching that. It was when I was in Long Island. Must have been 4 or 5.
Back on Long Island?
Well, Long Island, watching scary movies.
Yeah.
Scary. We watched, and I got scared. And then I remember my mom cut out like a newspaper clipping of like how they did the makeup for the movie.
Yeah.
And then I was like less scared, and I enjoyed the movie from then on as like kind of like separated. Like I can actually view horror movies now because I knew it was just like.
Right. Yeah, that probably would have helped me out. I was traumatized by so many horror movies as a kid, but then like.
I saw at a very young age. So we had like Cinemax and all that shit. So I'd stay up late watching like movies, and I saw like Clockwork Orange when I was like way too young to be seeing it, and that kind of fucking fucked me up a little bit. Like I was like 7 when I saw that the first time.
Yeah, I kind of wish I found like Fangoria and all that shit earlier because it probably would have helped me too to see the behind the scenes. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I've been definitely traumatized by a bunch of horror movies.
Yeah, I'm sure you still are. You are a horror movie.
That's true. It's fucking true. Yeah, it's weird. I have this weird thing where I get fucked up over supernatural shit, even though I don't believe in anything like that at all.
Same. I like watching like ghost stuff.
Yeah.
Like ghost hunters and shit.
And sometimes at night I'll wake up convinced that there's a demon in my room. But at the same time, I've said this before, it was like at the same time, I don't believe in that shit. I don't believe in any kind of spirituality shit. So it's like, I guess cognitive dissonance is the word. I don't know. You tell me, you're smarter than me. But like, it doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah. What was the first horror movie you saw that you remember seeing?
You know, I don't know the first I saw, but I could tell you my most prominent first horror memory was seeing a scene of Poltergeist 2, the tequila scene.
Oh, yeah. That fucked me up as a kid, too.
It was like my friend's older brother was watching it. I because of my friend's older brother, I saw way too many like scenes from I would run out of the room, so I didn't sit there and watch a lot of them.
The whole thing.
I saw way too many things. I bet if I watched that whole movie, I wouldn't have been as traumatized. But I just saw.
I mean, there's a lot of creepy shit in that movie.
Yeah,
like the old man in that movie is really
fucking creepy. Fuck.
When he comes to the door and it's raining, it's so fucking freaky.
Yep.
Let me in the house.
That was one of my first times where
you're gonna die.
They would watch like Tales from the Crypt and all that shit, but like I ran out into the backyard. I didn't even give a shit that I was gonna get made fun of by my friends because they were watching it with his older brother. I spent the entirety of that movie in the backyard by myself, just terrified. I would not go back in the house.
Tales from the Crypt?
No, Exorcist, Poltergeist 2.
Oh, Poltergeist 2.
I just didn't want to be anywhere where I can even remotely hear that movie.
Jesus.
I was scared easily as a kid, though.
Yeah, I always ended up finishing the movie like pulling myself through it because I wanted to see it.
Right.
So it was like, but I would run out from time to time. The one part the thing that scared me the most as a kid was Pee-wee's Big Adventure, the large Marge scene.
Oh yeah, of course. People our age.
I used to dread that part. I love that movie and I'd watch it all the time, but that part I would dread that part.
Same here.
And I morbidly would watch it and scare the shit out of myself, even though I knew it was coming up.
Yep. Fucking same here. That
was the scariest shit I remember seeing as a kid. That was scarier than a lot of the horror movies.
What's the worst you've seen someone injured in real life?
Besides myself.
Yeah. It's got to be someone else.
I'm trying to think.
I mean, if there's not one that sticks out, that's fine.
I'm trying to think what I've seen.
You know what? If you can't think of something you've seen, then yourself. Go with yourself. What's like one of the worst times?
I've seen car accidents that look pretty bad. I'm sure there's something. I'm trying to think. I don't know. I busted my head open once on 4th of July because I was drunk. I was riding my bike and I crashed and my head collided with a parking meter. And I had to get like 11 stitches in my head. That was pretty bad.
Was there a freak out? Like how far?
No, I was chill as fuck. I was knocked out and then I came to, and I had a towel with me because I was going to like a pool party late night. And so I'm sitting on the curb with like a cigarette with this thing. And this drunk guy walks by and he's like, "Hey man, what's up?" And I'm like, "Oh, I think I just busted my head open." And he's like, "Oh, cool." And he kept walking. And then I was just going to go home and go to sleep because I was kind of like out of it, which was probably not a good idea.
No.
And I ran into my friend. So then we went to someone else's house and I remember pouring like vodka on it to like sanitize it.
Yeah. Smart move. I'm pretty, I mean, I don't know, don't quote me, but I think given the circumstances, probably helped a little bit.
Probably did, yeah. And then we went to the hospital.
Right.
And then also I dislocated my shoulder at work. I cut the tip of my thumb off at work one time. It wasn't that bad though, but it was pretty gnarly.
Yeah.
It grew back. It was just like the very tip.
Yeah, those fingers, they fucking hurt. Little tiny injuries can hurt so bad.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of some fucking stuff I've seen that's I can't.
Nothing sticks out.
Nothing's coming to my mind.
Yeah.
As soon as we're done, I'll think of the most horrific thing that I probably seen.
I saw a guy decapitated once and his head was still talking when it was on the floor. What's the last nightmare you remember having?
Well, I had a bunch of like stress dreams yesterday, like, and they usually involve me being at work, like in the weeds.
Yeah.
Like I just can't get to my tables, or like I have too many tables. And then I tweeted about this last night, but I had a dream that I was at like a Taylor Swift concert, but it was awful. She kept fucking up all her songs. Like it was just, everything was going bad. And then some little kid tried to jump on the stage, and his dad ran after him and caught him and punched the kid in the face. And then Taylor's just like,
"This is not a nightmare at all. This is amazing." It
is amazing, but it was like stressful. You could feel the stress. But as a performer, just seeing someone fail on stage. But I've had those dreams too.
All right, so this one, I don't exactly know how to word this, but I think you'll get the general impression. Has a stranger, someone you've only met once and never again, made a big impression on your life? Or has someone you met only once has like, do you have an ingrained memory about them for some reason?
I don't know. It's hard to say. Because there's been a lot of people I've met once. So I used to tour in bands. So
Right.
meet someone
But
one
no
time.
one like once in a while pops in your head that you only met once and you think about once in a while.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think. No one's coming to mind.
Okay. If you had to choose, and maybe you already know, but let's say you're unsure. If you had to choose right now, do you think that there's some type of universal order, or is it just chaos in life in general? If you had to choose right now, I mean, you know, some people are just unsure. That's why I say if you have to choose one right now, do you think that there's like an order to the universe, or do you think it's just chaos? Do you think there's some type of plan going on, anything like that?
No, it's like organized chaos, maybe.
Okay, what do you
like
mean
everything's like a chain reaction? That's how it's organized in a way, but it's at the same time it's still kind of chaos. I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna say chaos.
Okay, chaos. Okay. Here's a two-parter.
Uh-oh.
Do you floss, and why not?
I do floss.
Oh fuck! All right.
Yeah.
Well, you got me there.
I like those like toothpick things, and
Yeah,
I just like
the
I don't do it like
plastic
every
things?
day, but like once in a while I'll just.
Do you bleed?
Not really.
You have
Sometimes.
decent teeth?
It depends how like sometimes I get so like addicted to doing it that I do it too much, and that's when I bleed.
That's one of the weirdest things I've ever heard. Someone addicted to flossing. Nobody likes flossing.
I'm addicted to it, but like sometimes I'll just like start chewing. I have like an oral fixation, so like,
okay.
Like I used to chew on my sweaters, and I used to chew on paper when I was a kid.
Do you have like generally like healthy gums and teeth?
I don't know. Do I?
Oh God, they're disgusting. Now I can't post this episode. No. Have you had a lot of cavities or anything like that?
Nah. I still have my wisdom teeth.
Asshole. So do I. Actually, one's fucked up right now and really bothering me.
When I was a kid, I had a lot of cavities. Like I had like those metal caps in my teeth.
Yeah, me too.
But there was all my baby teeth though. But like I haven't really had any issues.
Yeah, I've had one wisdom tooth removed, and I got 3 left, and they're all fucked up. So
why don't you just get them all out? If you're just gonna, it's expensive, right? It's like $1,000 tooth.
Yep, that and plus I have really bad reactions to antibiotics. So like the doctor didn't want to do it unless they had to, and it's looking like they're gonna have to.
Yeah. They don't really cause me any issues, so I just kind of just let it ride.
Unbelievable. Give me either a book or a movie that made a huge impact on you as a kid, and the impact could be negative, positive, anything, just something that's significant. Yeah. That's like, you know, maybe a book that opened your eyes to a certain kind of writing, or a movie to a certain kind of
like a little kid?
Yeah, in your childhood.
I'm trying to think. I mostly read like comic books when I was a kid.
Okay, what about a comic book? Does any one stick out?
I'm trying to think.
When you read comics as a kid, did you read like superhero shit or other stuff?
When I read?
When you said comics, right?
Yeah.
As a kid, was it superhero comics?
It was superhero. I didn't get into like the indie stuff until like high school.
Yeah. Who was did you have a main superhero you liked?
Batman. And Superman too when I was really young. I know I was never big on Spider-Man. I mean, I was, but like I was more into like Superman or Batman.
Right. Were you an avid comic book reader or not really?
I mean, not. I would read them often. Like I wasn't like obsessed.
Yeah. You weren't just like, actually, when Superman does this, he can't do this, like that type of.
No, I wasn't. You knew
everything.
No, I remember. Yeah. No, like every once in a while we go to a comic book store and I'd pick up Batman or something.
Okay.
Actually, I had this thick ass book. It was like my favorite though. Was this thick ass book of like old Batman comics, like reprints. It was like hardcover book, and I remember that being like my favorite book when I was a child.
Yeah, there's some
like,
good shit in there.
Old, like it's like the history of Batman.
I love that stuff. Yeah, I love those collections.
Yeah.
Is there a memory you have, a reoccurring memory from some point in your life, right? And it's not traumatic, it's not like super exciting, but it's something that you consistently think about once in a while.
That's an interesting
something mundane, something you wouldn't really bring up in conversation because it's just like not a lot to it, but it's in your head.
Fuck. I probably have a lot of those memories that just kind of randomly.
Yeah, I do too. But does anyone like stick out?
I'm trying to think. It's a random memory.
Could be like a day you looked out a window and you got a weird feeling, or anything like anything super simple.
Ah, God, it's not something I should just come to me. Yeah, I remember there's one thing I remember, like after I first moved to Gainesville and kind of got settled. I remember like this feeling I had, like walking down the street one time, feeling like kind of like a relief, like I finally kind of like got my shit together.
Yeah.
In a way, even though I hadn't really.
Right.
But like, for some reason it was a comfort feeling, like when you kind of find your like your groove, your surroundings, your friends.
Right.
Things were kind of going in a good flow at that point, I guess.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I've had that feeling only a handful of times in my life, but it's like that feeling that's like a comfort.
You're like, yeah, like everything's okay for now.
For now.
Yeah. Is that specific memory, has that ever come up before? I'm just curious.
Oh, it comes up all the time. I think about it all the time.
No, I mean like in conversation, or is it only in your head?
Oh, it's only in my head. I don't think
this is like the first time. Is this breaking news right now?
Yeah, probably.
Shit. All right, awesome. You heard it here first, folks.
But it is mundane, but
if you started and with this specific question, just please be as honest as possible. Don't like try to be funny or anything like that. If you started having chronic nightmares about me brutally killing you over and over again for months, do you think it would impact how we interact?
Yeah, I'd probably be a lot more like weirded out in our conversation. Be probably more distant.
Even though I was totally innocent, it would just affect you. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
I treat you totally different. Maybe I'll be more friendly to you.
Well, hopefully I've implanted this in your head. I so hope that this starts happening to you now, just from this little seed.
It could happen.
If I gave you 2 days to practice, do you think you could do a backflip?
Probably not. I don't think I could barely like. But maybe I'm agile, but not like crazy agile. I probably would I would fuck my shit up if I tried to do that.
Okay.
Maybe at a certain age I could have maybe done it, but even then it's doubtful.
Yeah.
I don't even know how. Yeah, just.
Yeah, 2 days is not a lot of time to do a fucking.
I don't think I could ever
sick backflip.
Lifetime. If I gave you a whole lifetime. To do that.
Is there anything that you've found that people get wrong about you that you like are aware of?
I don't know.
Nothing sticks out. Okay.
That people they're wrong about me.
Yeah.
Probably a lot of things. Yeah, probably that I'm successful.
That you're successful?
People think sometimes that I am, but I'm not.
Okay. That's perfect actually. That's great. All right. And the last question is, so if you want to feel happy, is there a specific memory you go to, or is there a memory you just have that just makes you feel happy when you think about it?
Ooh. No, not really. I'm trying to think. No. I don't know. Nothing that stands out in my mind.
Okay.
Like, probably, I don't know, like it's something, think about like a funny memory. If it momentarily like amuse me.
So you go to like comedic.
Yeah.
And
there's nothing like there's nothing like emotional.
Is there a specific comedic memory you could tell me about that like you think about that makes you laugh or smile or feel good, whatever?
I don't know. Probably just like probably something that was really bad when it happened. I can look back on and laugh. Like that story I told you about the show.
Yeah,
that was like one of the worst nights of my life. And now it's one of the funniest stories I enjoy telling.
All right, no, that's good then. Then that's a good answer for that.
So like, yeah, anything that was traumatic that I can laugh at.
I do the same thing.
I'll be like the memory.
Like horrendous injuries I've had. When I talk about them, I start cracking up. But when they happen, it was like horrible. Yeah. It was horrible.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, look. Do you want anyone to? I mean, we got 4 million people watching this live right now. Do you want anyone to follow
4 million
you?
people.
Yeah. We're live. I forgot to say that.
Oh, good.
Wait, hold on. I'm getting a message here. Why does he look like that? What's wrong with his teeth? We don't have time for that.
Right.
Do you want anyone to follow you on anything? Like your handle?
Depressed Writer Asshole on Instagram. At Brian Alan Ellis on Twitter.